Astrology suggests, as Einstein once said, God's not playing with dice. It's not random. There's an event that occurs, a divine pattern moving beneath it all. The stars are not distant. They're mirrors of our own becoming, a map of the karma and wisdom our souls have carried across lifetimes. This isn't mystery. It's the ancient science of remembrance, proof that there is a continuum, a golden thread connecting heaven and earth and every life we've ever lived. And when you finally feel it, you can't unsee it. Astrology stops being theory, it becomes truth. I felt so understood, and that's when I realized that's what astrology is for. It's not about the stars out there, it's about helping you fall in love with yourself, so you can finally live the movie you came here to play. Because you can't get rid of you, and you're not meant to. You came here to evolve, to wake up inside the dream, and to remember that you are the creator, the lover, the artist, the alchemist. This is your soul's blueprint, and this is Astro Energy Blueprints. If you've been feeling like something inside you is breaking apart, like every emotion is louder, every truth sharper, it's because it is. Scorpio season has arrived, and what feels like a breakdown is actually your breakthrough. Last time, we witnessed the balance of Libra and the turning of Pluto direct. The moment the cosmos whispered, everything changes now. And it did. Because this week, the energy deepens. The sun moves into Scorpio, and what was reflection now becomes transformation. Breathe. Feel the energy moving beneath the surface. The old self dissolves, the new one stirs. The sun has entered Scorpio, and with it, the call to descend and rise again. Welcome back to Astro Energy Blueprints. I'm Christine, and this is your transmission for the start of Scorpio season 2025. If you've been feeling an intense pressure lately, like you're on the verge of completely falling apart, I need you to hear this. You are not alone, and you are not breaking down. Scorpio season is here, and your soul is signaling that it's time for a major breakthrough. This period, which kicks off around October 22nd, 2025, is a profound energetic gateway. It's a call from the deepest part of your being to stop resisting, to let go, and to allow yourself to be remade. What feels like a crisis is actually a sacred process of alchemy. What feels like the end is, in truth, a powerful new beginning. Stay with me, because we're going to explore how to navigate this potent energy, do the emotional shadow work it requires, and consciously turn this pressure into your greatest rebirth. You are not falling apart, you are simply shedding everything you are not, so that you can finally become who you were always meant to be. Just a few days ago, the energy was entirely different, wasn't it? We were all floating in the airy, social, and harmonious world of Libra. Libra season is like standing before a calm, clear lake, seeing our reflection perfectly mirrored back at us. It's a time for seeking balance, fairness, and getting along in our relationships. The focus is on the other, on creating peace and finding a diplomatic way forward. The vibe is light, intellectual, and all about external harmony. And then the weather changes. Right before the sun officially moves, we get a major prelude, a potent conjunction of Mars, the planet of action, and Mercury, the planet of communication, in Scorpio on October 20th. This alignment acts like a flash of lightning, revealing truths with startling clarity and sparking conversations that cut right to the point. Then, on October 22nd, the sun plunges into the fixed, watery depths of Scorpio, and the entire collective energy shifts dramatically. We're no longer standing by the reflective lake. We've been submerged into its mysterious, dark, and silent depths. The focus snaps from the external world to the vast, hidden landscape that exists within. Scorpio isn't interested in surface-level harmony. Its motto is I desire, and it needs to get to the very bottom of things. Superficiality just won't cut it anymore. This transition from air to water, from light to shadow, from external balance to internal truth, can feel jarring. It can feel like the ground has been pulled right out from under you. You might feel more withdrawn, more sensitive, more suspicious, or find that your emotions have an intensity that's unsettling. Conflicts that were politely sidestepped in Libra season may now bubble up with a force that's impossible to ignore. This is the nature of Scorpio. It's a sign that is unafraid of the dark, of the taboo, of the secrets we keep even from ourselves. It's an energy that forces us to look at what is real, raw, and authentic, even if it's uncomfortable. This disorientation is a normal part of this powerful season. The universe is calling us all to move from social pleasantries and begin a much deeper, more solitary, and ultimately more rewarding journey inward. So let's talk about that feeling, that visceral sense that you are breaking down. Maybe it's anxiety that has no clear source. Maybe old wounds and patterns you thought were healed are suddenly re-emerging with a vengeance. Or maybe it's just a profound exhaustion, as if you can no longer hold up the structures in your life. Your job, your relationships, your very identity. You feel the cracks forming, and it's terrifying. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that this is the point. This is the sacred purpose of Scorpio season. It's designed to bring you to this exact moment of surrender. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation, power, destruction, and rebirth. It's the sign of the full cycle of death and regeneration. It knows that before something new can be built, the old must be completely dismantled, not just renovated, not just painted over, but reduced to rubble. This is why Scorpio's highest symbol is the phoenix, the mythical bird consumed by fire only to be reborn from its own ashes, stronger than before. That breaking down feeling? That's you entering the fire. It is the necessary dissolution of the old self. Scorpio is also a fixed water sign. Think about that energetically. It's not a flowing river or crashing ocean waves. It's the deep, still water of a well. In these depths, emotions and secrets can stagnate for years. Scorpio season is the force that stirs these waters, dredging the bottom and bringing all the mud and debris to the surface so it can finally be cleansed. That turmoil you feel, that is the stirring of your own deep waters. It's messy and uncomfortable, but it's the only way to purify the well within. This year, in 2025, these energies are particularly intense. Just as the season begins, the Sun in Scorpio forms a harsh square to Pluto itself around October 24th. This creates a powerful tension between our core identity and the forces of transformation, feeling like an internal power struggle or a direct confrontation with our own shadow. All of this is intensified by the lingering energy of the Mercury-Mars conjunction that just occurred, which charged our thoughts and words with an almost surgical precision, making it impossible to avoid the truth. And weaving through it all is the dreamy, dissolving energy of Neptune, which is in the final degrees of its home sign, Pisces. Neptune in Pisces heightens our intuition and spiritual sensitivity, blurring the lines between this world and the next. It can bring profound spiritual insights, but it can also create confusion. We are being asked to trust our deepest feelings, even when our logical mind can't make sense of them. This creates a backdrop where we feel everything more deeply, where the veil is thin and our psychic senses are on high alert. So you see, this isn't random chaos. It's a perfectly orchestrated cosmic event designed to push you past your limits. The pressure you feel is your soul demanding its own evolution. The breakdown is a breakthrough in disguise. This brings us to the most important shift in perspective you can make. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. Imagine a seed buried in the earth. For it to grow, its hard outer shell must crack. This breaking isn't a failure, it's the absolute prerequisite for growth. It is the moment the life force inside becomes more powerful than the container holding it. You are that seed, and this season's pressures are the fertile ground compelling you to crack open so your light can finally emerge. Breaking open is an act of profound vulnerability. It's letting the armor around your heart fall away. It's allowing the light to enter the wounds you've kept hidden. It is a holy surrender where you stop fighting the current and allow the river of your soul's becoming to carry you. So, how do we consciously work with this? How do we turn this into spiritual alchemy? Here are a few things to try this Scorpio season. First, embrace radical honesty. Scorpio demands truth. This starts with being honest with yourself. The superficial answers you've been giving yourself won't work anymore. It's time to ask the deep questions. Take out a journal and write at the top of the page, "What is the one truth I have been avoiding?" Don't think, just write. Let whatever comes up pour onto the page without judgment. Naming this truth is the first step to liberating yourself from its hidden power. Second, practice emotional alchemy. When an intense emotion like fear, grief, or rage arises, instead of distracting or numbing yourself, try this. Pause. Close your eyes and locate the feeling in your body. A tightness in your chest? A knot in your stomach? Breathe into that physical sensation. Just be with it. Then, silently or out loud, name the emotion. This is grief. This is rage. Finally, ask it a simple question. What are you here to teach me? What do you need from me? This shifts you from being a victim of your emotions to being a student of them. You're no longer drowning in the wave. You're learning to surf it. Third, engage in conscious shadow work. The shadow, a term from psychologist Carl Jung, holds the parts of ourselves we've disowned or judged as unacceptable. To start, ask yourself, what trait in others irritates or triggers me the most? Often, what we judge harshly in others is a reflection of a trait we have disowned in ourselves. If you can't stand arrogant people, perhaps you've repressed your own right to take up space. If you are angered by lazy people, maybe you've denied your own need for rest. Identify that trait. Then, try to find its hidden gift. How could that negative trait, when integrated consciously, actually be a source of power? Arrogance, when balanced, becomes healthy self-confidence. This is how you reclaim the lost pieces of your soul. You are not meant to be only light. You are meant to be whole. As we do this deep work of breaking open, the cosmos gives us gateways to anchor our transformation. One of the most powerful will be the full moon in Taurus on November 5th. This lunation, which is also a supermoon, will be a potent time of culmination and release, highlighting themes of value, security, and what we truly need to feel stable as we undergo this profound inner change. In our next transmission, we will dive into the energies of this Taurus full moon, exploring how these endings can become our most powerful new beginnings. To make sure you don't miss it, subscribe to Astro Energy Blueprints and be sure to click the notification bell. So, after the cracking, the alchemy, and the shadow work comes the rebirth. This is the promise of Scorpio season. It isn't just about destruction, it's about resurrection. This is the final stage of the phoenix process. Imagine the great bird consumed by fire. For a time, all that remains is ash. This is the moment of surrender, of emptiness. This is where you might feel you are right now, like the old you has burned away, but the new you hasn't emerged yet. This is a sacred in-between space. It requires trust, because from those ashes, something new begins to stir. A new life emerges, stronger, wiser, and more radiant than before. This isn't just the old self patched back together. It's a completely new being, forged in the fires of truth. The self that rises is you, but more you than you have ever been. It is your authentic self, free from the masks, old stories, and limiting beliefs that were just consumed in the flames. What are the gifts of this rebirth? You emerge with a deeper sense of intuition. You no longer just hear your inner guidance, you trust it implicitly. You reclaim your personal power. Your boundaries become stronger, not from fear, but from profound self-respect. The relationships that survive this fire are forged in truth, leading to a depth of intimacy you may have only dreamed of. Most importantly, you emerge with a clearer sense of your soul's purpose. By burning away who you are not, you reveal who you have always been. So, as you move through the intensity of the Scorpio season, hold this message in your heart. This pressure is not a punishment. This intensity is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a sacred invitation from your soul to evolve. The feeling of breaking down is the first tremor of an imminent breakthrough. You are on the verge of a profound rebirth. Trust the process. Be gentle with yourself. When the waves of emotion feel overwhelming, remember to breathe and ask what they are here to teach you. When the darkness feels all-consuming, remember that this is the fertile void from which all new life springs. You have the strength, resilience, and courage to walk through this fire. Let's close with an affirmation. You can say this with me now, or carry it with you. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, affirm, I embrace this pressure as the catalyst for my rebirth. I welcome the transmutation of all that is heavy into light. I am not breaking down, I am breaking open. I am rising. You are the phoenix. You are the alchemist. Every ending in your life is a doorway to deeper light. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to breathe it in, to anchor it into your heart, and share your reflection below. We rise together through remembrance. Thank you for tuning in to Astro Energy Blueprints. Until next time, keep trusting the process and keep becoming who you were always meant to be.